Hi, I'm Artie Jones, host of the Southside Show. The Southside Show will introduce you to the talented individuals, visionary leaders, innovative entrepreneurs, and game changers that make us Southside strong. Here's a recap of 2022. We had the opportunity to speak to Ms. Sabrina Willis, who serves as the president of Favor House.
When you love doing something, it exudes that we're more than just track. It's about community. How do we make sure that our kids are being educated? How do we make sure our kids are staying healthy? How are we making sure that our kids are being safe? How do we be that village? And now that you say that, we'll be rolling out a new program. It's called It Takes a Village, and we're going to try to find out how can we be the best village in the South Side.
We spoke to Emmanuel Rainey, president of the Old National Merchants Association.
We have pros in the NBA now. Wendell Carter, Chumo Kiki. These young men are giving back to the community. Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man, who everybody calls him now. Kermit from the movie Hustle. These young men came through our program, were trained by some of our staff in Anthony Edwards, and help doing a lot of great things, not just in their personal lives, but in the community.
We spoke to Diane Matthews, president of the Greater South Fulton Chamber.
To educate people, and that's one of the things that leadership does, but also when we have our chamber webinars and meetings and things like that, we're trying to get that information out, because that is a challenge, trying to correct the narrative that people are being told.
Health and fitness is important on the South Side. We had the opportunity to speak to Jason Schultz.
Providing a space for that middle ground, for the people that are only used to benefit someone else most times, or that are left out from even thinking that they can expand from just being a trainer, or even using the word trainer. I try to stay away from that because they're fitness professionals.
And we spoke to Valerie Bridges Lee, owner of the Wellness Spot. I was reading, the first time I heard about you, and it was kind of indirectly, she says, well, Artie, did you see that there's this entrepreneur and they're investing $1 million on the South Side? And I said, well, no, I haven't seen it. She says, you may want to check this article out. So I read it, and I said, okay, all right. I said, still doesn't really say where,
Right.
Right under my nose, it was in College Park, Georgia,
Right.
Like you said, right beside the brake pad.
Right.
I've seen many business owners or entrepreneurs acquire buildings, but never, 3 or 4 at the same time. So we spoke to Emmanuel Rainey Sr., president of the Old National Merchants Association.
We have pros in the NBA now. Wendell Carter, Chumo Kiki. These young men are giving back to the community. Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man, who everybody calls him now. Kermit from the movie Hustle. These young men came through our program, were trained by some of our staff in Anthony Edwards, and help doing a lot of great things, not just in their personal lives, but in the community.
We spoke to Tiffany Nicole, co-owner of Style Mob University, located in the great city of South Fulton.
Researching how could I take this space that I'm in as a salon and turn it into a school. And with my research, I stumbled upon having a hair design school. And with the hair design school, I was like, boom, that's it. That's all you need is a hair design school, which makes you a licensed entrepreneur, a licensed cosmetologist. And so that was pretty much the full-out birth of Style Mob University.
We spoke to Police Chief Keith Meadows of the city of South Fulton.
The most important thing is that you come into an organization with a clear vision. And being able to sell that vision to your troops is extremely important.
We had the opportunity to speak to Shanisa Ashford and Dr. Lisa Burton of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Make sure they talk to them about the issues that are on the ballot. That's the first thing. Make sure they understand how important this election is. The second thing is to check to see if they are able to vote possibly on their campuses, because there are quite a few campuses that have early voting systems as well. So it takes research to find out how your young adult can actually vote. If they don't have anything on their campus, they need to make sure they get an absentee ballot so that they can go ahead and turn that in, because that's also a shorter window as well.
And we spoke to Phaedra Wright, owner of Empower Tutoring.
Give up on our young people. Every child has something that they're gifted in, and let's just find a way to identify that and help them shine and grow in the best way that they can.
And we sat down with the Director of Code Enforcement, Mr. Brian Morris of the City of South Fulton.
The best in the country, and what we want to do, not just for that reason, but just we want to bring value to the city. We believe we bring a strong value proposition to any area, and it's going to increase as the South Side continues to grow. Remember, I'm from here, still live here to this day. I love this area, I love this city, love this region, and we'll be here fighting to keep it strong and make sure it grows and prospers in the future.
And we sat down with the Clayton County Chamber of Commerce President and CEO, Ms. Valencia Williamson.
Chamber, it's all about the intangible. It's all about the intangible. It's relationships. That's really what it is, all day.
And we had a real conversation with Executive Director Mary Frances Boley and Deputy Director Christian Mitchell Murphy of Wellspring Living.
Over 100 girls a night are trafficked or exploited 100 in Metro Atlanta.
Right.
And I had a great time speaking with Kaylin Jackson and Chris Patterson of Lightweight Fitness.
The biggest word we hear is, I can't do that. And that's like your biggest downfall. So you'll stop yourself from being great before you even start. And that's what me and Kaylin really focus on. Like, all right, we're motivators too, like we're teachers. But don't come in and tell me what you can't, show me what you can do.
Right.
So that's what we really focus on. So that's how we impact our fitness background. He ran track, I played football all my life, and then even just kind of put the motivation into our clients.
And we ended our year strong. We spoke to Janai Thornton of Black Women Will.
Be intentional if you wanted to stay within your family, because we know there's people who their full-time job is really just to wait to see how the balls drop with people.
And it's a wrap, folks. My time is up. I'm Artie Jones, host of the Southside Show, bringing you the latest and the greatest that the Southside has to offer. And if you don't remember anything else from this episode, please remember this: don't sleep on the Southside.